right, everybody. Thanks for joining in. I want to make a quick video today. I want to talk about some big signings. It's free agency time. We all know that, and been a big splash. Some teams have made some big signings, some not so much. But I want to talk about probably something, not everything, because all teams have made like lots of, except for one team, but a lot. All teams have made a lot of signings. A lot of guys moving around, a lot of players moving. But I want to talk more or less about the bigger signings, the bigger name kind of things that will all be more um, be able to relate to, you know. And at the end of this video, I want to talk about something that's much more important than NFL free agency. This is very, very important. So stick around, listen to what I've got to say, and don't forget, please, before I get started, hit that like button if you enjoy the video, and leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think about whatever topic it is I talk about. And subscribe to my channel because at the end of the day, that helps me out a great deal. It makes me all kinds of excited about making videos for you guys. So let's get started. Let's go ahead and get started with the AFC East. Now, I think this is, to me, this was a kind of a good signing for the Bills. I'm not a big Bill fan or anything like that, but either way, they signed Mitch Trubisky. Now, everybody kind of writes this kid off, you know, like he's been around. He's played probably 5, 6 teams by now, but I still think he's a pretty good backup quarterback to be somebody behind Josh Allen. Allen is just like about as durable as you can possibly get. You know, this guy like never gets hurt. He's just like a beast, you know. But I think Trubisky is a good, solid backup quarterback. I really do. A lot of people are on him. You know, he's just so mediocre. But at the end of the day, a mediocre backup quarterback is what you want. You know what I mean? Like he's going to be able to carry the load 2, 3 games maybe. So I think that was a good signing for the Bills. They have signed some other players, but nobody that's going to be is going to hit anybody's name. Oh, I know who that guy is. So I'm going to try to, and I'm not trying to demean any player or any other team signing. Just kind of the bigger names that everybody will be able to relate to. I'm gonna go down to the Miami Dolphins. I see Miami signed Robert Jones. He re-signed with the Dolphins offensive lineman. I know he's a very good player, one of the better offensive linemen. Other than that, I haven't seen the Dolphins really make any big splashes yet. Now, here's an interesting one I thought in my mind was interesting was the Patriots. They went back to Jacoby Brissett. Now, and they're getting rid of Mac Jones. From what I understand, Mac Jones is going to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he's going to back up Trevor Lawrence, which his career basically is done. They came off the same year, and he's got to be the same age. His career, just like Zach Wilson's with the Jets, is pretty much basically over. Maybe they can have backup stints and be good when it comes to that. But anyway, that's another story. The Patriots going back to Jacoby Brissett. He used to be a Patriot, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not sure if they're going to go with him as their starter. It looks to me like that's what they're going to do. I just thought it was an interesting signing. He actually only signed a 1-year deal worth $8 million. I still think this is interesting. Maybe this has got like a bridge guy till next year. Maybe they can get a younger kid out of college, or I don't really know where they're going with that. I thought it was an interesting signing for the Patriots to go from Mac Jones to Jacoby Brissett, who I believe, in my opinion, is still a very good, mediocre backup quarterback. That's just what I think. It's only just my opinion. Other than that, let me see what the Patriots also have done. Hunter Henry signed a 3-year, $27 million deal. $30 million of that. It looks like it's a max of $30 million. So it's probably got some incentives and shit. So I don't know. Nothing else really that I see very big. And I apologize if I'm missing anything for any of you fans of the teams I'm mentioning out there. If there's another big signing, let me know in the comment section. I'll be glad to respond to you. The New York Jets, as we all kind of know, they've really done nothing. They're the only team really, other than maybe the Ravens and a couple other teams, have only made a few moves. The Jets have signed Tyrod Taylor to back up Aaron Rodgers. Now, I know this is getting some of my other Jet content creators they're just excited about this and everything. I don't know. Tyrod's been around a long, long time. He's been on many teams, and I do think he's a very good backup quarterback. He's a mid quarterback. He can come in for 2, 3 games, maybe toe the line. After that, it's just you're not going to put your season on him. But then again, what team really does put their season on a backup quarterback? So I'm kind of in the middle on this signing. I think there was other guys they could have maybe gone for that would have been maybe a little bit better, excuse me, long term. Um, but either way, the quarterback market is very thin, and Tyrod is going to be okay because Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, if he plays the whole season, we'll all be lucky. He is 40 plus years old. I think he's going to be 41 years old somewhere in mid-season or thereabouts, coming off of a Achilles injury. So just let's just not get our hopes too high on this. But Tyrod, I think, is an okay signing. Um, he'll be fine as a backup quarter because that's what he is. He's a backup quarter. He's not a starter. And the Jets also signed a player named John Simpson. Now, I believe, if not, he's an offensive lineman. I believe he came from the Baltimore Ravens. And this is another signing that I'm just kind of going, well, they need some offensive line help, yes, for sure. He'll be able to compete for a position. And I saw some other guys the other day talking about, yeah, he's only allowed 2 or 3 sacks. He played all the games last year with the Ravens. He also led the Ravens in holding penalties. So did that contribute to his no sacks on his side? Probably it did. So the penalty issues is going to be a thing for the Jets. They've got enough of that already. So, but I guess to shore up the O line and get somebody in there um, is important, and hopefully they're not done doing that because they are in trouble. The offensive line is one of the worst in the NFL. I don't care what anybody says, it is. And I think the biggest signing the Jets made was re-signing Greg Zerline. I mean, the guy he's a no miss. I mean, this is a guy who he kicks field goals. I can even go get myself a drink when I know he's not going to miss it. When he does, it's very rare. So to me, in my opinion, not Tyrod Taylor, Greg Zerline was the biggest signing of the Jets so far. Get this guy, keep him on, which they did for a 2 year deal worth $8.4 million. So that was to me the best signing the Jets did. Now let's go to the AFC North. Let's start with Baltimore Ravens. This to me is a huge signing. The Ravens signed Derrick Henry from Tennessee. This is a big signing to me. The Ravens are really a run team. I mean, everybody wants to think um, Lamar Jackson, and he has done better in his pocket presence. His passing has gotten much better since he came up from college. But let's face it, the Ravens are a pound that ball in your face team. Derrick Henry is just going to be a massive addition to this team. This might be what they are looking for to get them over the top. Because when you got to watch this guy, this may be able to open up the passing. But Derrick Henry going to the Ravens to me is a huge, huge sign. And that's probably one of the bigger ones of the whole offseason so far. Um, the Cincinnati Bengals, let's go to the Bengals. Running back Zach Moss, I don't know. Are these really T. Higgins is a good signing for the Bengals. I think this is going to shore up their wide receiver group, which is already strong. So to me, yes, that's a good signing right there. The Cleveland Browns, interesting signing here. They signed Jameson Winston to back up what's his face over there? I can't remember his name now. But anyway, Jameson Winston is a good signing to me. I always like this guy. I think he's good. He's just a slinger. He just yes, he's one of the only 30 for 30 guys, 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. But Jameson has some time moments when he's good, man. He's good. I think this is a good signing for the Browns. And they also got Jerry Jeudy from the Broncos. Really, really showing up their wide receiver. Of course. So Browns making some moves, making some good moves, I believe. But anyway, yes, I like that. Let's move on to Pittsburgh now. Now this is a really interesting signing to me. Um, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to sign Russell Wilson. Wow, I couldn't almost believe it when I found out and the reason is because the Broncos are stuck for $38 million for Russell Wilson. I don't know if anybody knows this, but he only signed a $1.2 million deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But he's going to be making $39 million because Broncos are paying $38 million of that, and then he's not even on their team. So this is really going to squeeze the Broncos. I mean, I'm not even sure if I just want to kept the guy, but I think Sean Payton just didn't like him at all. They just didn't get along. There was just problems there that weren't going to be resolved. I don't even think he had a bad season last year. He did better than the last one, but his differences with Sean Payton just weren't going to be fixed. They just weren't going to be worked out. So the Steelers getting this guy, I think this is a good signing. I know a lot of Steeler fans. Some of my friends are Steeler fans. They didn't agree with it. Some like it, some don't. In my opinion, like he's better than what you had. One and two, the Steelers are got a good defense. They need somebody that can maybe run this offense, and Russell Wilson might be able to. Now I'm going to make something clear. I've never been a big Russell Wilson fan. I know he won the Super Bowl. They almost won 2 Super Bowls in Seattle, but I think a lot of that was the majority of their defense was just amazing. And Marshawn Lynch was just a beast. You needed half the other team, half the defense to tackle the guy. I mean, he did his part. Football's a team sport. I get it, but I think he's a little bit overrated because the rest of that team probably carried him because you could see he didn't do too well. Bronco had a good season last year, but not good enough. But anyway, I would have given him another shot just because of the money. Because now you got $38 million in dead money. You can't do anything with that, but now you're paying his salary to play for Pittsburgh Steelers. So, but either way, it was a decent signing. The Texans now, they've got Joe Mixon now. I think Joe Mixon came from the Bengals, if I'm not mistaken. He's a good running back. The Texans need help there, and they're going to be a team to be reckoned with, the Houston Texans. Mark my words. This wasn't a fluke thing. C.J. Stroud, this wasn't a fluke. This team is a good football team. They're going to be better this coming season. The Indianapolis Colts, I don't see that they really did anything huge. Another signing that I mentioned earlier in my video, Mac Jones going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I feel so sorry for that kid. You know, like one year he's got a defensive coordinator as his offense coordinator. No chance. I liked Mac Jones coming out of college. I don't think he was one of the top 4 or 5 picks, but he was picked at like number 10, which I thought was a good solid pick for him by the Patriots, and they're just going to let him go, and they're replacing with Jacoby Brissett, apparently. I think it might have been a mutual thing. Maybe we'll find out later on down the road. I think Mac wanted out of there just as much as the Patriots kind of gave up on him. Or maybe I forgot. They have Bailey Zappi. I'm sorry, Patriot fans. I forgot about that. Maybe Zappi and Jacoby Brissett are going to duke it out for the number 1 spot. Either way, I'm not sure getting rid of Mac Jones was a good idea, but a lot of Patriot fans are cool with it. So, hey, whatever it is, it is. The Titans are putting Tony Pollard on the team from Dallas, replacing Derrick Henry. I don't know. I think that's a big mistake. Tony Pollard's a good running back, but Derrick Henry, they should have probably kept him hanging around. The Broncos are another team that really haven't done anything. You know why? Because they just don't have no money. They're paying a Russell Wilson to play with the Pittsburgh Steelers, so they don't have no money. The Chiefs, I don't know, Irv Smith signing 1-year deal. Chris Jones re-signed for a big paycheck, which I believe he deserves. Defensive linemen now are starting to get the money they deserve. But the Chiefs, they're Super Bowl champs here or there, this or that, whatever. They're still going to be there. The Raiders now, interesting signing. Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew has joined the ranks of the Las Vegas Raiders. They are now. This is a good signing to me. I've always liked Gardner Minshew. I was kind of hoping the Jets would make a run for him, but he's at the point now where he should be starting. He's not going to back up Aaron Rodgers or anybody else. So I think this is a good signing. He's going to fit in well with the Raiders, and this may be good for their team as well. Let's go to the NFC East. Drew Lock signed with Dallas. I don't know. Dak Prescott's not going anywhere. I think they should probably think about maybe the Cowboys are great in the season, but in the postseason they just shit the bed and then they just do it. I'm sorry, I was wrong. I'm very sorry. I apologize. That was the New York Giants signed Drew Lock, not Dallas Cowboys. Either way, Giants signing Drew Lock. I think it's a good signing. He's a solid guy. He's a backup quarterback, and who knows where they're going to go with Daniel Jones. We'll have to wait and see about that. But either way, decent signing. It's okay. He only signed for a 1-year deal, $5 million. So, you can see what happens after the 1 year if he backs up Daniel Jones. Maybe he gets in there, slides in, shows he's still got some ball left in him. Now, something the Giants did I thought was a huge mistake is they let Saquon Barkley go. The Eagles picked up Saquon Barkley. Ouch. If you're a Giant fan, there's no way you can be okay with this, at least in my opinion. Saquon, I think he's got a lot of rubber on his tread still. I think he's got a long way and he goes to the division rival. So now he gets to run up and down the field on the New York Giants twice a year. I don't think they should have let Saquon go. I still think Saquon's got a lot of mileage left on him. And going to an NFC East rival is just a big mistake. I just don't like that at all. But hey, it is what it is. Then the Washington Commanders signed Marcus Mariota, another guy I think is kind of gets a he kind of gets a bum rap. He's a good backup quarterback. I was another guy I was kind of hoping the Jets would look into. I think he can command an offense better. He's not very mobile like Tyrod Taylor, so it's still got a little bit mobility to him, but I still think he commands an offense better. It's just my own opinion, whatever it is, it is. But anyway, he's going to the Washington Commanders. The NFC North. Start with the Bears. DeAndre Swift agreed to a 3-year, $24 million deal. Running back, okay, I guess. To me, I mean, it's just not anybody who. I mean, anybody other than a fan of that guy, that player's going to know. I don't even know. I'd have to do some looking up on him. I guess it was a big deal for them because they did sign him. So hopefully that helps their running back core out. And the Detroit Lions. Nothing of note here. No names I even recognize myself. Guard, linebacker. They added a cornerback. Couple of other guys. So I mean, I don't know enough about these guys to really comment. So I'm not disrespecting them. I just don't know. Green Bay Packers. Once again, Josh Jacobs signed a 4-year, $48 million deal. Running back. That's a good sign. Sam Darnold now going to Minnesota Vikings. We all remember Sam Darnold as Jet fans, right? He was going to be our savior until he got mono at a high school dance or whatever the hell it was. And that was it. Bye-bye him. Zach Wilson, bye-bye Zach. Now we've got 40-plus-year-old quarterbacks gonna save our souls. Anyway, Sam Darnold's going to the Vikings. That's just right after the Vikings got rid of Kirk Cousins, who, by the way, is my next topic, went to the Atlanta Falcons for huge money, like a 4-year, $180 million deal. Wow. I like Kirk Cousins, don't get me wrong. He can put up some numbers, but man, other than that, he doesn't really seem to do jack shit. He's a nice guy and all, he seems like it, but that's a lot of dough to be paying Kirk Cousins at this point in his career. Panthers are just pathetic. I'm sorry to say that, but they've really done nothing. Saints, even the Saints, I mean, Demario Davis agreed to a new 2-year deal. He was already a Saint, I believe, anyway. Tyrann Mathieu, the old guy from Kansas City Chiefs who got in Tom Brady's face. I'm sure we all remember that. He signed a 2-year contract worth $13.75 million. Okay, they maybe need help there. Baker Mayfield signing with Tampa Bay Bucks, I think, is a great signing. I've always liked Baker Mayfield. He's a feisty dude. He's not the biggest guy, but I'll tell you what, he don't take no shit. He's a feisty guy. He'll get right in the mix with the team, and I think he's done the best at resurrecting his career. I think he should have been the comeback player of the year last year if he wasn't. And he wasn't, by the way. But I think he should have been. He's really resurrected his career. This guy, he's tough. He's resilient, and I think this is a good signing for the Bucks. Not to mention it's a $100 million deal. So good for you, Baker. Good for you. I'm glad to see him coming back. Let me see. Arizona Cardinals, not really much to offer. No disrespect. Rams, nothing really either. 49ers are already good. They really did not too much of anything. And that's pretty much the end of the day. So NFL free agency is in full blast right. It's in full form right now. I think the Jets have done little so far. I think they could do better. Hopefully they do better. But I want to talk about the most important thing right now. This is not about the free agency market. This is about our country. It's about the United States of America. This is about our country. And I found out yesterday, and I was hoping this was a joke. I was really, because I was laughing until I saw it this morning on a really reputable news source that Aaron Rodgers apparently is considered a vice presidential candidate to run with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. for the president of the United States. So, if the New York Jets aren't enough of a clown show, of a circus show, what do you think this is going to do? I mean, I don't care what anybody says out there, and you can comment on it. You can tell me what you want on it. I'm not a political guy. My view of politics, I talk politics to my friends and my immediate family. That's it. I would never talk politics. This is not a political channel. It never will be. But this has got to be the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Oh, yeah, by the way, not only Aaron Rodgers, but Jesse Ventura, who, by the way, I like. I've seen some of his old wrestling clips. I'm not a wrestling fan. But the guy's, he's considered like one of those conspiracy guys. You know, he had a really cool show on TV. I can't remember the name of it. Maybe maybe one of you guys can leave it in the comment section below. Um, Pretty much straight up guy, but Aaron Rodgers considered. I was hoping this is a joke, and I still hope it's a joke. I really hope that I can make a video tomorrow and say, "Hey guys, this was all just a farce." I don't think that it is. Um, Aaron Rodgers running as a considered to be a vice presidential running mate with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Oh my God, please. Um, just like I say, as a Jet fan, I have some of my friends call me up and go, man, is this a joke? Is this fun? I hope it's a joke, man. And maybe we can all make a joke about it tomorrow. Apparently, it is not a joke. And I could see Aaron Rodgers going, yeah, I'll be your running mate. Now he's going to play football. Now he's going to be vice president. I don't think Kennedy has a chance of winning. I don't really know. Like I said, I'm not a political guy. But the fact of the matter is that to bring this attention, this shouldn't even been a thing. This should have been something that Aaron Rodgers would have said, like, no, thanks, man. I appreciate it, but no thanks. But the fact that he would even entertain this, if he even has, I want to find more information on this story to see if it's even true. I'm starting to believe that it might be. But Jesus, hey, listen, hey, at least we got Aaron Rodgers going to help save the country. Despite how you look at it, maybe Aaron Rodgers is what we need, our vice president. He can save America, and we all know that that's what's coming. So anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching my video, and don't forget to leave me a comment below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and as always, please subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a great deal. I'll have something more for you in the next few days. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Take care.